Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just here to review the graphic novel adventures I purchased from Kickstarter. Now, I don't know too much details about the Kickstarter to tell you how I got it, the name of the creators, because I didn't really give a shit. But yeah, so it's the graphic novel adventures. It comes with 5 books, and I've only finished one of them, which is this one, Captive. And I must say, this book was fire. Now, I did skim through these books to see if I would like the way it was going, looking at the art. They look pretty good, but to be honest, after finishing this one, I don't think they stand much of a chance. The only one maybe would probably be Tears of the Goddess and maybe the Sherlock Holmes. These two, I'm a little skeptic because you got to know a lot for the Your Town because it's essentially create your own town, manage the money. Let me give you a quick look. I'll just go to the last page because that's where it is. See, this is your map where, see, this is like through the starting town. And then this tells you your things like small houses, mid-sized houses, small farms. Uh, my camera's a little too blurry for this, but here's your ledger, you know, population management, all that stuff. And the art style obviously is not bad, a bit cartoony for my taste, but definitely not bad. But yeah, I don't know if I'll be completing that one anytime soon. But on to my main review for Captive. I felt like I was playing Resident Evil reading this book. Now, from to be honest, I got the bad ending on my run, but that's to be expected when you have no idea what you're doing. It's possible to get a good ending, but it all comes down to your ability to search. Now, when I first bought this book, I thought it was going to be, pretty linear in terms of not every page is, where you left off. Like, as you want to see an example from this page right here. So you see the window, I mean, the doors are flung open, whoosh. And then you go to the next page, nothing from the previous scene is there. You're now in a totally different section. And see, they're labeled with, the numbers 36, 37, and, it continues. See in the bottom where it will tell you what page. This tells you what scenes are located on these current pages. Now, to give you an example, this one offers you this puzzle. Go to 34 if you have chosen the combination, or go to 46 for any other choices. So it's saying, if the way it is right now is correct, um, go to 34. If not, go to page 46. Now, see, this is page 12, 13, and 14, represented by 12, third, no, 12, 13, and 14. So I'm gonna go to page 34. All right, 34. You cannot open the door and the wheels won't move either. The mechanism must be stopped. Damn it, go back to page 26. You won't be able to come back to this door. So that would have been a failed puzzle. You get me? And it's like that throughout the whole entire book. Now, in certain parts of the books, you're gonna see like little secret numbers hidden in the panels. Like there's none here, but like let's say like around here, there would have been a number, a page like one something something, and if it was a note on the page, then chances are you'd go to the annex, which is these. They're at the end of the book and they give you information. Now, some of them are just, flavor text just to give you more information about the story, but then some of them give you major key, plot details that can actually save you in the game. And of course, after you finish the game, you can go through the achievements, The maximum score you can get is a 38, but I think in my playthrough, I probably scored like a 10. So, like I said, I didn't succeed. And yeah, man, this book is really good. Highly recommend it. It's currently, like I said, even though it's very biased because I've only read this one book, but this one I'm 95% sure will be my favorite out of the entire series. I don't know if you, I'm pretty sure you could pick this up on your own like retail sites, Amazon possibly, but this book by itself I'm saying is greatly worth it. The collection, I honestly don't know. I paid for the during the Kickstarter, I donated I think $70 for the full set. If I was to know how I would feel looking at them now, I would have probably purchased maybe two, maximum three out of the five books. But highly, I give it a 9 out of 10, honestly. I felt very enveloped in the game. Like I felt like I was playing Resident Evil. It has that feel. And obviously, there's monsters, there's surprise. Like, you got to use, not common sense, but because, you would think, oh, there's a secret number here. It's obviously a good thing. No, sometimes if you pay too much attention, find secret numbers, they will actually lead to something that harms you. Now, as you can see here, I had to put a sticky note because I wanted to have extra things to write on. Because I don't want to write in the book directly, because I just don't want to do that. I'll probably print out a separate sheet in the future. But that's your main character. Obviously, your strength stat, dexterity, your will. Your HP will always be 20. It'll only ever go down. This is your time. Every time you see this icon on a page that you're at in the story, you have to increase your time. Increasing your time has a very big effect on the end game. Become events take time from you, or they require you to add time to your checkbox, and it'll be like if your time is 5 or lower, you can advance, but if your time is over 5, go to page such and such, and you miss out on an event because you kept backtracking through the pages. And make sure because whenever you see this symbol, it counts every time you've got back to that page. So as a quick example, because I didn't get it at first, because I never thought I'd be constantly revisiting someplace. Right here. This is a very specific one too. So on 95, you enter this hallway. You could choose between 202 and 72. I probably went in between this place like 4 times because I was actually stuck in the game trying to find items. And after I think the second time I went here, I stopped adding because I felt very, I felt like I'm constantly just reappearing here. And as a result, even though I did it twice, like I said, those 2 times I went back here screwed me in the ending. So adding the remaining like 3 or 4 would have made no difference because that you also have an inventory. You can only carry 3 items at a time, but you can also drop an item. They don't ever specify if you could re-pick up that item, but I believe you can pick up the item. You just have to go back to the room in which you dropped it. So you gotta keep a mental note of where you've dropped things. And underneath is literally the note section. Like I said, I just didn't want to write it in the book. And of course, these are the rules of the game that you can add on in any order. The only rule is you cannot make any stat above 9. So you can't max out strength, dexterity, but you can put strength at 9 and then dex at 1. I mean 7. I'm bugging 6. But then will stay at 5 because you're only at 5 points. And yeah, that's essentially the rules of the book. Once you've created not created, but once you've given your stats, the book officially starts. And these are the only pages in the entire book that are just one consecutive, you know, um, sequence where you don't have to make any choices. But as soon as you make it, pass it. As soon as you make it to page of number one, choices are already brought to you. 49 or 25. Amazing book, highly recommended. If you haven't picked it up, and if you're not interested in buying a full set for roughly $50 to $60, this one's a must-have. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your life.